Hi, Kathy here. I want to talk to you today about my 120i HUSQVARNA brushless chainsaw. My husband gave it to me for our anniversary a few years ago, and we finally needed to change the chain on it, and we had a little bit of a problem, and I'm going to talk about that today and show you how I changed the chain. We were up in the woods and we needed to replace the chain. We had finally used it enough that the chain needed to be, it was just not working well anymore. So I didn't have the manual with me. The manual was down here at home and we really weren't sure what chain to replace it with. I'm like really super safety conscious, so I really wanted to make sure that I got the right one. So I needed a chain. We were in the middle of the mountains. I got some internet signal down in town and I looked up the HUSQVARNA 120i. And it tells me 14-inch bar, and it comes with, when you buy it, because we bought it like this, the chainsaw chain H37. You could click on that and it brings you to that chain that it comes with. And this is what I guess it came with when I purchased it. I don't know, the manual wasn't with us. You look at this and it tells you a pitch and a gauge. So I wanted to make sure I could find that same one. I looked around, I looked at Amazon, I looked at a couple different places. Not really easy to understand what you need. I was very confused. So I did a little research. I found some websites that taught me how to know what size you need. So I learned about the pitch, 3/8 inch. Excellent, no problem. I was a little confused on the mini because this calls it a mini, but a lot of the replacement blades call it a low profile. I wasn't 100% sure if that was the same or not. The gauge was no problem, 0.050. I understood that. And after going to those websites, I learned that you had to have 52 drive links. It's not the 14 inches that matter, it's the number of drive links. I didn't know it before because this site tells you nowhere about drive links, but it is down here in the part number, 52DL. So that I understand now. But what was originally really confusing to me is it brings you to this chain as going with and being sold with the 120i. But when you go to the fits to up here and it tells you the models that this chainsaw chain goes with, the 120i is not even listed. So I was as confused as you could possibly get. So I had three things that just totally confused me. One was the fact that it calls it a mini. I was hoping that was the same as low profile. Two, this 1.3 millimeters, I still have no idea what they mean. And three, on their own HUSQVARNA website, when you go to the fits to model for that chain, the 120i is not listed at all. So knowing how dangerous it is to have the wrong chain on your chainsaw, we had to go talk to somebody who knew what they were doing. So we ended up going to Ace Hardware in town, which has they're steel certified dealers, and they have a steel certified professional chainsaw guy. I don't even know what you'd call him, but he helped us. He measured the pitch and he made sure that we were getting the right chain for the saw. I ended up learning a tremendous amount, probably more than I wanted to know, but I'm really glad I know because I think knowledge is power. So what I'm going to do is quickly take this chain off. So I'll show you how I do that. And then I'm going to put it back on and show you how to get the tension right. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to open that and we're going to loosen it. Unscrew that. And that takes this whole little plate off. And yeah, it's pretty dirty. I probably should take a brush and clean this up, but I'm not going to do that right now. What I'm going to do is take this chain off. So you basically just loosen the tension on this so that you can slip this off. There it is. And here's the chain, right? And how to know if it's the right chain is to count these links. And I'll just show you how I count them quick, okay? Starting at one end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 50, 51, 52 links. So this is the correct chain for this bar. when you're putting this onto the bar, you want to make sure that the cutting edge faces away from you. So you're just going to slide that into your bar, into that little slot, get it fitted on. Hold it on there tightly. Take my saw back. Put that on there. Pull it out so that it's taut. And this is a little tricky. There's a pin here. I'm going to back off on my tension to the negative a little bit, and that pin is going to fit right in the little hole that's right here. Got to get it on there, and it's kind of hard to hold everything in place and get everything in. You're just going to tighten this up a little bit. Not too tight, because we still have to adjust the tension, and I'm just going to show you that. So if you look at the blade and the chain, I can still pull this out quite a bit. So the tension needs to be tightened. So you're going to go toward the plus, right? You want to be able to rotate this freely. And I don't have gloves on, I'm doing it with bare hands. But it still rotates freely, and this has to be tight enough that you really can't pull it out too much. I definitely want to tighten it a little bit more. And then I'm just going to tighten this up, which also helps, and close it up. And that's it. The chain is on there, ready to go. It's really easy to change the chain on this saw. It's completely toolless, so it's easy for me to do. I don't really need my husband, and I really like the fact that I don't need him to take care of that. This is our little go-to saw for pretty much anything and everything. We take it everywhere we go. In the back of the truck, we always have it with us. It can cut bigger wood if it has to. Not good for it, but useful. It's really, really good to have. In fact, we fight over who gets to use it most of the time, because he loves it too. It's a good go-to little brushless saw. Starts right up because it's battery operated. It charges up really fast and easy, and it does a really, really good job. So we have no regrets on buying this at all. The only problem was getting the right chain, and that problem has been solved, and now it's solved for you too. For the brushless 120i, you have to have 52 links, it has to have a 3/8 inch pitch, and it has to be a .050 gauge for the width. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you on the next video. Another drum. Ew. Ooh, it's in the tree. What is that?
All right, we're gonna see what we were.
It's going back in.
What we're carrying on about.
It's going back in. What is that?
Going back in.
Pull that out.
Film it.
I will. You pull. I'm not touching it.
Keep it in the frame.
It's in the frame, I promise. Oh my God.
Ugh. Wait, he's not.
He's going. Ew! 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 Oh my God! What is that?
Rubworm.
Throw it in the garbage.